Hi, this is Nathalie Kelley, and I'm about to go live with Victor Rasuk, who plays the baker in Baker and the Beauty. I'm just waiting for him to request to join, but for those of you who don't know Victor, he's not the brightest with technology, so let's see if he can figure this out. But thank you for all your beautiful questions. I have them here, and we're definitely going to get to them. If there's anything you want to ask me in the meantime, while we wait on Victor, just got on. Okay, this will be interesting. Okay, let's see if we can figure out how to request to join. How long should we give him? Come on, Victor. Let me review. Go live with, nope. Guys, I'm gonna have to restart. Well, let me text him on here. I told you this is not his strong suit. Victor, request to go live. Okay. Give me a moment, and thank you for your patience. Go live with... Still not on here. Okay, well, this will be fun when he gets on. We'll be able to laugh at him. Even though this is only like my third time doing this, Victor's always asking me, "Hey Nat, what's the difference between the story and the feed? Like, how do I get the video on the story but not the feed?" Oh, here he is. He figured it out. Okay, 1 second. Yeah! You did it! Bobby!
Okay.
Everybody
okay.
give Victor a clap right now.
I figured it out. Okay. I'm sure you told everyone how I'm not great with the tech. Okay, I know I'm not great at it. And you have been a huge help, but I'm here.
Oh, well, this is actually only my third time doing an Instagram live. It's good to see you, Bobby.
You too. It's been a while.
I know. I haven't
How you
seen
been
you since
holding
we
up?
wrapped filming. I'm good. I'm okay. I've been doing a lot of spring cleaning, a lot of yoga, playing with my kitties. You?
How's the kitties?
The kitties, at first they were like, "Who is this lady? We don't know her."
Yeah.
Because I've been gone for 6 months.
That's how it is with my dog too. I'm like, I come back to my dog and she's like looking at me like, "Wait, who are you again?"
And is she in love with you again now?
Yeah, she is. It's mostly because I feed her. I'm the one who feeds her.
I bet you spoil her. Do you spoil her?
I do spoil her a lot.
I'm so bad. This is why I can't have children, because my kids would be like obese because I spoil my cats so much. They get treats just for existing.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is that we've seen each other like every day when we were filming the show. And then it's so weird that we went to right abruptly, like we don't even see each other for days, weeks.
Dude, I had to decompress from you.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah, exactly. You were like, I will be happy if I don't have to see Nathalie Kelley again for 5 months.
What's going on, Nat?
Well,
Nathalie Kelley in the house.
getting ready for our show to air. Are you excited?
Yeah. Today I did live with Kelley and Ryan, and Ryan Seacrest saw my background and he goes, "Hey, dude, where are you? Are you in a treehouse?" And I go, "No, I'm not in a treehouse. I'm in my estate, actually." And then I was like, "No, I was just joking." I told him that my apartment has trees. You've never been in my place, right?
Is that real behind you? I thought it was like
it's real. It's all true.
Wow.
You love this because I know how much you love nature. This is great.
I'm impressed, Bobby.
I got a soft
actually
spot.
thought that was wallpaper.
Yeah, I know. That's what Ryan Seacrest thought too. But I got a soft spot for the nature.
Bobby, you never cease to amaze me. Can I also say that, like, every time I see the trailer and I see your acting, I'm just a fan.
Likewise.
Oh.
I've been a fan. I was a fan since, remember the first time? We should tell people the story when we first auditioned.
Okay.
And we met for the first time at the audition.
Okay, yeah. Let's tell that story. All right.
Well, I remember I was lost and I was like, "Hey, I don't know. You know, I'm auditioning for Baker and the Beauty. What room is it in? I don't know." And you walked in and like you were like, yeah, I
What
don't
was
know
your
either.
what was your first impression of me when I walked in?
Well, I was like, I think because I had remembered that they said that you were gonna read with me, but then I was like, oh, this is a good icebreaker. Why don't I ask you how to get to the audition room?
Wait, you were genuinely lost. It
Yeah.
wasn't an icebreaker.
Well, the icebreaker was me asking you, hey, how do I get to the room? And you know what you did? You go like this. This is what you did. You literally was like, I don't know. I don't know where it is either. I guess it's this way. And then you just like walked away, and I was like, okay.
Basically, figure it out, dude. It's part of the audition process. If you can't find the room, you don't get the job.
Hey, tell people the story. Remember when we first sat down right before we read, and you were like, hey, so I'm actually reading for your sister's role. And I was like, and I was so focused in the audition with the asides, and I was like,
well,
oh,
you gonna
really?
let me tell it, or
yeah.
are you?
You tell.
See what he does?
Sorry. I think I'm excited to see you. It's been a while.
I know. This is that magic chemistry between us for everybody watching. It's like half like there's like a lot of love, and then there's a lot of competition.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the Australian in you and the New Yorker in me.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened for me was I was called in to read with a bunch of different variations of the Daniel character. So like 6 different actors trying out for Victor's role of Daniel. And I walk in my like 3-piece badass suit. And I knew where I was going because I had been there before for my test.
Oh,
and I clinked past him, and I was like, look at this lost Latino man looking for his audition room. I bet this is one of the Daniels. And then I was like, this guy's not going to get it because he can't even find the room. But then you turned around, and I was like, whoa, this guy's powerful. And then you asked me where the room was. And yeah, I feel like
you just left me.
I didn't help you because I wanted to see if you could figure it out for yourself. It was part of me auditioning you.
So everyone out there, this is news to me. I did not know that.
I was like, let's see. This is when the punishment started.
Yes.
And then when we sat down, he was like, so are you auditioning for Noah? And then with a full straight face, I was like, oh no, actually I'm auditioning for Nathalie. And that's the role of the daughter, guys. That's the role that
my little sister.
So beautifully. Yeah, little sister played by Belisa Escobedo, who is just going to blow everybody away. She steals the show.
Killing it.
But the daughter is like 18. So I thought it would be like a funny joke. It's kind of like Aussie humor, you know, to just like to say things really deadpan. And I was waiting for his reaction because it was kind of obvious I was there to read for Noah. And he was like, oh yeah, really? Okay, cool. And went back to his lines. Didn't get the very first joke I laid on this guy, and he doesn't even pay attention.
No, but the funny part was, didn't you, like a few seconds later, you were like, dude, I'm joking. No, I'm not.
I'm like, did you not get that? Like, hello, I'm creating rapport.
And I was so gullible. I was like, oh, no, I was just like focused. Sorry.
In what world would I be reading for that role?
In Victor Rasuk's world.
In Victor Rasuk's world, where he's more concerned with his lines.
Listen, it's called being focused and being an actor.
Yeah, then he is with the actress who's gonna be playing his like opposite him. Like, he wasn't even trying to create chemistry with me. He was like, "Which floor?"
Listen.
Which floor?
By the way, I waited for the chemistry when we actually auditioned. Remember that?
Well, clearly we had it because here we are, guys, and people are witnessing it now in real time.
Did you? Go ahead. You go first, and then I was going to ask you a question. But go ahead.
No, it was just going to say, what do you want to talk about?
Well, no, I wanted to talk about the clip, an extra clip came out today, like a behind the scenes clip today. When we were. Oh, you haven't seen? It's the scene when I teach you how to bake in the kitchen, and I wanted to tell a funny story about that day.
Yeah, tell the story.
Well, I mean, maybe you have a different like memory about it. Remember when we were like, we had all the like the flour and the dough and the guavita, that little guava, remember? And then we kept playing with it, and all I wanted to do was like throw flour at you. You wanted to throw flour at me, but we knew that like our wardrobe, like they would kill us if we did that. And I just remember that was the first time that you and I were able to like like play with the food, like the tangible food together. That was a fun day.
That's your favorite memory of that day?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What's your favorite memory?
Making you dance salsa before every take. And actually, that was one of the questions.
Oh.
That.
How you can tell where you can tell the questions at? What do you mean the questions?
I've got them. Don't worry, because they knew you wouldn't be able to handle that level of technology. But...
Oh wow! Oh, is this what people are doing down here with? Oh, okay.
No. Yeah, but yeah, this is also a place for questions. But
oh, I see.
Someone wrote, Victor is a gentleman. He probably didn't want to ask your age. That's very true. He is a gentleman. And you know what? But that's why I thought it was funny, because I'm clearly 35 and there's no way I was going to play 18, even though I do think I have great skin for my age.
You see that? I was being a gentleman.
Yeah, see? Someone says, how to make it in America forever.
That's hilarious.
Victor, thanks for teaching me how to handcuff. Is that
how to what?
A handcuff? I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
But yeah, okay, guys. But you should have been prepared and sent me the messages beforehand. But I want to tell them, because actually one of the questions was, how did you guys create chemistry? And so, I mean, clearly it's very hard to find chemistry between me and this guy. So I had to really dig deep. I was like, what is going to make me like this man who has such few likable qualities? No, just kidding. But it's not hard, guys. He's such a lovely guy and is such a gentleman and is such a present, switched on, really dedicated actor that it became obviously like, I mean, otherwise we wouldn't be here. Like, we were able to build a whole show around this chemistry. But I did have something, two keys in my back pocket for when we needed to like whip up some intense chemistry on the spot.
Yeah, I love this. Yeah. Tell them.
The first one is that I make him eye gaze with me, which is just sitting there. Let's do it right now, actually. We haven't done it in a while.
This is what Natalie would make me do before every take to connect.
They were connecting on a soul level. And there you are. I got you back again. Hi, I missed you.
And then once we did that?
And then once we did that, we were good. Except...
I give you props on that one. That's a first for me, actually. I never gave you props on that. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I mean, I think for everybody out there, even if you're not an actor, this is a great tool to really like, you know, words are so surface, you know, eye gazing is a way to really like connect with somebody on a soul level. So Victor did that like the second time we ever hung out. I made him do that with me, and it was really powerful. And, you know, I think that's why we're here where we are now, because of these eye gazing exercises. But then also another thing we would do is dance salsa together, right?
Yeah. And that, by the way, thank you for your kind words. I mean, I was also going to say too, what I love working with you is that all the ideas that you had outside of what was written on the text, like, you know, when we do TV, especially on TV, it's always like scripted to what we're supposed to say. And thankfully we had some really great producers and directors that were open to, you know, the vibe and the nuances of being Latin and, you know, what that means. And you really brought a lot, and I really appreciated that, you know, things like dancing in between takes, and you really brought the Latin. And not only me, but a lot of us, remember, we all had dance off, like with Lisa Vidal, who plays... I
may not speak the Spanish, but I bring the Latin out of everybody.
No, hold on. No, that's not true. So everyone out there, so Natalie's Spanish was a little suspect in the beginning, right?
Mira, estoy aprendiendo. Mira.
No, está bueno. Está chévere ahora.
Yo crecí en Australia, ¿ok? No había latinos ahí. No he tenido cómo practicar.
Okay, so that answers my question. That answers everything right there. Her Spanish now is amazing. We spent 5 months in Puerto Rico, and all of a sudden, what would I tell you in between takes, Natalie? I would say, oh my God,
damn,
Natalie,
your Spanish is getting good. That's what he would say.
I was like, your Spanish is on point. It was on point.
That's what he would say. He was like, damn, your Spanish is on point.
That's
because
right.
I'd say, más plátanos, por favor. ¿Hay más tostones?
There you go.
¿Quién comió mis tostones? See,
and then, of course, that was me, because, you know, I'm Dominican, so of course it was me.
One time, Victor, I always let him touch my food. He loves to eat from my plate, and I love to let him because I am a Latin woman, and that's what we do. We give men the last bite. But this one time, I had been fasting for 16 hours, and I had been waiting for my guacamole, like waiting for it, like.
That was the first time I had ever seen you hangry.
Of it, I was a bit hangry. I was on the verge.
A bit hangry?
Mira, let me tell the story.
Okay.
So then they bring me my guacamole, and I'm just like, oh, I've been waiting 18 hours to eat. And they open it, and before I can go in with my finger, Victor comes in with his hands. And I went, no! I said, I've been fasting for 18 hours. You don't want to do a scene with me.
I've never
like the
seen you
Exorcist.
that angry in my life. You looked at me, you were trying to be really patient with me. You're like, Victor, I've been fasting for 18 hours. I really want this food. Can I please just enjoy this? And I was like, oh, dude, I'm sorry. Yeah, of course. Because I was so used to you sharing. So
You've never seen me so bad about the food.
No, you were pretty hangry.
Yeah, I was hangry. But actually, let me just clarify. I don't fast for 18 hours. I do intermittent fasting. I don't want to push unhealthy, ideas on people.
Yeah.
So I think it was like, I do between 13 to 16. But still, by the time you're pushing 16, you're just like, give me my breakfast.
Yeah.
So that was a funny story. So, here's some good questions. Okay.
Go ahead.
What are your pre-filming rituals? How do you both get in the zone? Thank you, Alma Voladora.
You want to go first? You go first.
No, you go first.
No, you go first because you always say that I cut you off. So
okay, I'll go first because he wants to copy my answers. This is why he... Okay.
I never win.
So, I'm assuming you mean like right before we go on set. So I do like warm-ups, I do like breath and sometimes vocal warm-ups. Although Victor's the king of the vocal warm-ups. He's so good at those. I need to work more on mine. And then I will work on the scene in like an improvisational way. Like sometimes I'll force Victor to improvise with me. Other times I'll just kind of just do some like alchemical work in my trailer, like getting into like Noah's body and mind and in her character and like really like putting myself in her shoes. I can't really describe that work. It's kind of sacred and special and magic, but I incorporate a lot of breath and getting into my body into it too, because for me it's all about also being able to like throw all the work away and be in the present moment on the day. And so a lot of the pre ritual that I do is like helping me to get in the present moment and kind of getting out of my thinking head and like into my body. Okay, you go, Victor.
I do. I also kind of do the same thing in terms of the vocal work I'll do. And I also I'll try to exhaust the lines as much as possible before I get to set. I'll just say it to myself. I'll run it all the time.
He will exhaust the lines.
I hope people know what that means. Like people who are not actors, like exhaust the lines means that like I'll just run it over and over where it just sounds so redundant. But I like the lines to be the last thing for me to worry about because I like to come in with like a vibe where I like to keep things, as you know, Nathalie, I like to be really funny and I like to keep things loose because I think that when I'm loose, it allows for me a level of creativity and I also don't have to worry about the lines because I know in my bones that I know the lines because I exhausted the lines. So that's usually my process. And I also like when I read the lines and I read the scene, I kind of figure out like what's everybody's, like what do I want in the scene and how do I accomplish it, especially when you have such a dynamic. In our case, we've been blessed with such a great cast that it wasn't that much work for me to like figure out how am I going to get what I need from the scene from point A to point B because I have such a great cast that helped me get to that point without having to do a lot of quote unquote acting or work.
Wow, puppy. I have to say you get the gold medal for exhausting the lines.
I do.
One time we had a scene in an elevator where he had one line that was 2 words. Which floor? Which floor? No,
you already got it wrong.
What floor?
What floor? Yeah. What floor? What floor?
And by the way, what's also happening in this scene is that we're like making out. But that from him is like second in importance to these 2 words. So before we start the scene, he's like, what floor? What floor? What floor? What floor? What floor?
You're
and
correct.
I'm like,
that's a pretty good impression.
I'm trying to get into like, like chemistry, sexy time with him. And all I'm getting back is,
no, let's not even talk about that.
What floor?
When there's not sexy time or chemistry, like, and I'm not there with Nathalie, forget about it. She's like, Vic, let's go, focus, okay? No, that's not.
There's nothing sexier than a woman bossing you around, telling you to look in her eyes.
Look, there's a whole bunch of hearts coming up when you said that, like popping up. Everybody loves that.
They're so funny. Okay, so now the same lovely lovely Instagram user, Alma Voladora. So it's a girl. She also wrote, "What are your post-filming rituals? How do you get out of the zone?"
You go first.
I take a bath, I put on music, same kind of vibe. I do my yoga, I do my breath work, I get out in nature, because it's important to shake it off, you know, like you don't want to like always constantly like be living in it. Although it did feel like we were in Puerto Rico, but especially since wrapping filming, I've just been like really diving into my yoga practices, etc., and just like getting in my body and like shaking off that experience. You know, we were in those, we were living that life in that world, in the Baker and the Beauty world, for 5 months. It was intense.
It was really intense. You know, this particular project, I think that, you know, because we were in Puerto Rico and we were all so close, you know, me, you, the cast. By the way, I just want to give shout out to our amazing cast. Lisa Vidal, who plays Mari Garcia, who plays my mom, Carlos Gomez, who plays Rafael Garcia, who plays my dad, David Del Rio, who plays my brother, Mateo Garcia, Belisa Escobedo, who plays Nathalie Garcia, she plays my sister, and the amazing, the amazing Michelle Ventimilla, who plays Vanessa Sanchez, and Dan Bukatinsky, who plays Lewis. What's up, guys? You guys killed it. I'm so excited to see you guys and to see you guys on screen. But in saying all that, not only was it great working with everyone, I think we all got along so much that this particular project, it was really cool because we got to hang out on and off screen. And so like we were able to shake it off, but not really, because then I remember times we would always like, after we wrapped, it's like, what is everybody doing? Let's hang out. So it's like, I always felt like the dynamic.
We were all in it.
Yeah. Like we were always in. And I loved actually not quote unquote shaking it off on this particular project, because I felt like we were actually able to talk about, especially you and I, like we would talk about like what happened and what we kind of want to accomplish. Like we always knew what our through line was in every scene and every episode. And I remember you were very like particular about what the arc was in every episode. And at first I don't think we were in eye to eye, but then as the episodes kept going, I was like, I think Nathalie's got a really good point that I need to pay more attention to where our arc is going. Does that make sense?
To me, but I think maybe you've lost everybody that's watching.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just wanted to give shout out to the cast. Love you guys.
The cast are amazing, and I have to say that it's my favorite cast I've ever worked with. And the chemistry that you see on the screen between everybody is like really a reflection of what was happening in real life, and then real life was also feeding the screen as well. And I actually think that our love story on the show is just a good excuse, as just a good backdrop for what the real exciting stuff, which is the family and like what's going on in
America's not gonna be ready for the Garcia family. I'm so excited.
I know, it's such a good show. Like I have to say, I would even watch it if I wasn't in it.
Likewise. No, likewise.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that people are going to get to experience some of that magic. So let's go to some more questions. And have we seen the original version of Baker and the Beauty? You go.
So, okay, so I've only seen the first episode of the original version. The only reason is because part of my process too is that I don't like to watch anything, because I think naturally as human beings, we have a tendency to emulate things. And so I didn't even want to get into that headspace. So I only watched the first episode because I wanted to just get a vibe of what the show was about and what, like, sort of what my character, Daniel's character, was going through in the first episode. And then I kind of got the idea and I kind of ran with that. I didn't want to copy that actor. I didn't want to copy what the show was trying to. I just wanted to just get an idea. So I didn't finish the rest of the seasons.
No judgment.
Yeah.
I watched everything there was to watch. Thank you. And I love the original. The creator, Asia Azar, is brilliant. We are so indebted to him. The original Noah Rotemsella is amazing. I wasn't even going to try to copy what she did because she's just like her own thing and so good. And I don't think anybody was really worrying about copying, because like this show is really its own thing, has its own DNA. It's set in Miami. It's so different. But I do encourage, if people want to watch the original. It's on Amazon Prime, I think. It's super good.
Well, now that we finished season 1 of our show, Natalie, I think I might finish it now because now I'm not afraid, or like, I'm not afraid of, possibly, copying the original.
Okay, puppy. Have we ever tried dancing cumbia or merengue?
What have we not danced, Natalie?
We've danced everything together.
We've danced everything.
And who is the better dancer?
Okay, so Nat.
You haven't even seen the full 2-minute video that I'm about to post, actually. About, yeah, I did a full 2-minute video to that Solita song. It was so fun. I just showed you a preview. Let me post that, and then let's decide.
Okay, fair enough. But by the way, I gave you so much props. Like, I got interviewed, I forgot who by who, and they said, like, hey, so, and Natalie was saying that she's a better dancer. I was like, oh, interesting. I was like, Nat's a great dancer. But the only thing I said also is that you also had a leg up on me. And because, when you were a kid, like, why don't you tell the viewers?
My first job, I used to dance on like little cruise ships that would cruise around Sydney Harbor, and I was a salsa and samba dancer. So what I'm trying to say is, even though Victor Rasuk is an amazing dancer and has so many great moves, at the end of the day, he's coming up against a professional, and he needs to know that.
Wait, Nat, let's tell him the story. Let's tell him a really funny story.
What?
So remember that one time, so, our audience is going to be so surprised about this really cool dance scene that you and I have in the first episode. Do you remember when we shot that scene and I was dancing and I said, Natalie, this is the first time I've ever danced on film, and like I was really nervous? And remember, you had it dialed in. You're like, don't be nervous, and you were like fluid. And,
okay, so this.
And then what was I doing? It was really frustrating. You tell them. Remember, you kept saying to me like. You're like, why are you looking down? Look up, look at me, remember?
Oh, well, this is a problem that Victor has when he dances. He loves to look at himself. He's pretty much just dancing with himself. And I'll be opposite him doing like some amazing, like beautiful, like
fully eye
sensual
contact.
moves.
You're really good with the eye contact.
And I'll be looking at him, engaging, I'm a professional, remember? And then cut to Victor and he'll be like, checking out his guns while he's dancing. And I'm like, hello, observe the goddess over here. Victor's his own goddess.
That was amazing.
Hey, tell me about your moisturizing routine. I really want to visualize what you do in the bathroom.
Do
you love yourself?
No, that was amazing. I haven't seen you in so long. You're killing me right now. That was amazing.
No, I really want to know, like,
your impression.
It's like because you're peripherally looking at your muscles to see how they look when you're
okay,
like.
That's not true. I'm just making sure that I got the rhythm down. All right, next questions. Let's just move on.
Hi, Victor. I look at your muscles when we dance.
Good answer. Next.
I'm so mean. You can punish me later. Okay. Will the show be airing on other platforms other than ABC? Do you have an answer for this, puppy?
Okay, so I think it's also gonna
Hulu.
air at Hulu. Yeah, that's the only thing I know.
Hulu Live. If you don't have a TV like me, you can watch it on ABC Live on Hulu.
Yeah.
And then I think we've just answered all the really, really relevant ones. Yes, that's it. I think that's good. Okay, so let's wrap it up. And if you think this is exciting, just consider that we're actually not even the most exciting part of the show. Wait till you see the family and Dan Bukatinsky, man. We're just like, we're the most boring pieces of the puzzle. That's how exciting the show is.
The Garcia family, people, I mean, I can't wait till America and the world meets the Garcia family. They're like so funny.
Oh my God, it's going to be so good, especially right now when everybody's just really going through it. Yeah. I think the message about love and family and sticking together is going to resonate even more right now. And so that's like, for me, a little bit of a silver lining. I've never been more proud of a role that I've done. I've never poured my heart and soul out like how I did with Noah. I've never witnessed such like masters at work like I did on this show, like going to work and watching Carlos and Lisa and Dan and like even just everybody, David and Michelle and Belisa, like everybody. I would like just, it was just a joy to work with them and watch them work. And I know it's going to translate, like from what I've seen already. I just can't wait for everybody to see it. Hi, Demi. Hi, beauty. I can't wait for you to watch it, my beauty. Demi Rose saying hi. So any questions quickly before we go? We can answer one or two.
You read them to me, because this is going too fast. You know I'm not good.
You're like an angel. I love you so much. Hello from Algeria. Can't wait to watch.
Okay, I saw that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You got it now, puppy. Can't wait to watch the show. Hey, saludos desde Lima. Hola.
Which one?
Film? You go. You answer that one.
No. So wait, which one should I go? Which Nat? Are you from Australia? Nat, of
yes.
course. You're from Australia.
Where was this filmed?
So it was filmed in Puerto Rico, but the actual show takes place in Miami.
Yes. Okay. Good. Very good. Hi. Okay.
I'm from
cool.
Jordan.
Hi from Jordan. Shout me out. Kisses to Brazil. Daisy says hi. I think this is a good time. Oh, here, one more question, then we'll go. What was it like to film in PR?
You answer that.
Oh, you know.
No,
like,
the only reason I'm saying you answer because I know you really connected with Puerto Rico.
Because I love it, and I'm moving there because I love it so much, and I love the people, and I love the food, and I love the music, and I love the energy, and the filming with that crew was so amazing, and filming a show about Latinos with a Latin crew. There was nothing like it. Like, they laughed at all the jokes, you know, when there would be like a really like fun dynamic family scenes, which is basically all the family scenes, but like dinner scenes when we'd be dancing around the table. Behind the monitors, all the crew would be congregating, watching, laughing, you know. Sometimes the cameraman would like have to drop put the camera down from laughing so much at David Del Rio. So
David was so funny.
He's
David
so
is the only actor that I told David this too. There's only two actors who have ever made me laugh and I couldn't stay serious. It's David and Louis Guzman. Both of those guys, I cannot there's something about those guys I can't stay serious. David Victor was using that against me. So I got you, David, next time.
This is Victor when you're trying to do a scene with him and David's making him laugh.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. No, it's
and
more
this
like
is me on the other side of him, like, are you serious?
That's not true. That's David Del Rio's fault. He got me in trouble, by the way, with Lisa Vidal one time. He got me in trouble.
We both got in trouble because we were laughing while she was doing her amazing scene. I was gonna say, hold on.
I was gonna say too, the cool thing too about shooting in Puerto Rico, for me was that it was really cool for the first time. You know, my first language is English, and then my second language is Spanish. That for the first time in my life, that for 5 months out the year, like, you know, my first language was Spanish and my second language was English, because everybody on the crew, you know, we spoke Spanish all the time. So that was really cool for me too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
And your Spanish is amazing now.
Well, ha mejorado bastante, sí, pero I still have it. Pero mira. What I love about the show is that we get to speak a lot of Spanish in it, which I think is going to be really, I don't know, groundbreaking for network TV. So when does it air? You give everybody the details.
The Baker and the Beauty airs April 13th on ABC at 10 p.m.
And we'll probably be doing a live afterwards, right? Or something like before or after to kind of get your thoughts. So
listen, if you make me laugh the way how you make me laugh today, I will do this live again. But you know I'm not good at this, so you know.
Well, now you've figured out the technology, so we can make this a regular thing. It's been good to see your face, puppy, and everybody else. Thank you for joining, and I hope you tune in to Baker and the Beauty. And we'll be saving this video on our profile so you can catch it later. Ciao. Huepa.
Vite.
Vite.